Justin Trudeau's Liberals have been flying celebrity chefs around the world to cook for their diplomats, and yet they keep telling me there's a climate emergency. According to a new report by Blacklock's reporter, the Liberals' Department of Foreign Affairs has been using an obscure fund to fly Canadian chefs around the world to prepare meals for diplomats, VIPs, and foreign media. And that's according to their exclusively obtained access to information documents. Now, I don't want to give this whole thing all away. Blacklock's has a paywall because they're not ever going to take money from any government they are trying to hold to account. So if you want to see the full thing, treat yourself to a Blacklock's subscription. It's worth every single penny. I'll give you the Coles Notes version today. Again, this is from the Blacklock's reporter. The fund was introduced in 2016. The Mission Cultural Fund is a $1.75 million fund available to all missions to leverage Canadian cultural initiatives to promote our artists abroad while advancing foreign policy priorities. Stuart Savage, the then Director General of the Foreign Ministry's Mission Support Bureau, said in 2017 testimony at the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee. We recognize and support Canadian arts and culture as a core asset to promote Canada abroad as a socially and economically progressive nation, said Savage. The Director General did not disclose the fund would finance overseas flights for chefs. Hang on here. Socially and economically progressive is a really weird way of saying bleeding Canadian taxpayers dry to treat celebrity chefs to business class international travel to then treat other rich people to fancy food. Yeah, that's really progressive. And I'm not kidding when I say these people are celebrity chefs. Some of them charge talent fees of up to $300 per day over and above their other normal daily fees. One of the celebrity chefs, New York-based caterer Quentin Glabus, was flown to Brunei, India, Laos, the Philippines, and Singapore. The government also paid for a nearly $14,000 trip to fly Glabus to Manila so he could appear on a Filipino TV show called Curiosity Got the Chef. David Jorge, who won the 2015 CTV game show MasterChef Canada, was flown to Portugal. Another chef, Rosalind Ediger of Calgary, was flown to Davos, Switzerland for the 2017 World Economic Forum, which Trudeau didn't even go to. Another celebrity chef was flown to Indonesia. Yet another one was flown to Ethiopia. Catherine McKenna is constantly squawking at us about a climate emergency, and here is her government shuttling around Canadian chefs to cook for their diplomats all around the world. Climate emergency indeed. And who knew that celebrity Indo-Canadian chef and CBC Dragon's Den star Vikram Vijay was the rule we didn't quite know about, and not the liberal partisan anomaly of momentary liberal overspending and showing off to the entire world. Remember when Vikram Vijay was flown to India to cook Indian food? It was all part of the constant embarrassment of Trudeau's 2018 India trip. Now, to add insult to never-ending taxpayer injury, Vijay was already appointed as one of the 8 members of the so-called Independent Advisory Board to choose Canada's so-called independent Liberal senators. Vijay's trip to India became a bit of a scandal, and yet the Liberals kept quietly doing this business of flying celebrity chefs around because they know they can get away with it behind closed doors. I mean, who was really going to tell on them? The bought and paid for Poutine press? Give me a break. The Liberals love to overspend on themselves when it comes to food and booze, and it doesn't get reported in the mainstream media. No, it's left to independent journalists to do all the digging and hard work. Earlier this year, we at Rebel News uncovered that Trudeau rang up $384,000 in food and liquor on just 5 flights. The booze bill itself was over $4,000. For some middle-class context, Global News reports the average Canadian family spends $220 per week on groceries. Trudeau's bill for those 5 flights could buy your family 9 years worth of groceries. And yet the Liberals, they're flying those celebrity chefs all around the world to showcase, I don't know, something, how progressive we are, maybe culture. I don't know exactly. To me, they're showcasing just how much money the Liberals are willing to blow on their rich friends to impress other rich people halfway across the globe. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid. Just like the good folks at Blacklock's reporter, Rebel News will never take a penny from any government. We are in the business of holding to account on behalf of the people. Now, that means we need support from people like you at home to keep going. One of the best ways to support us and get a little something for yourself in return is to get yourself a subscription to what we call premium content. That's all of our paywalled shows, including my own. You can do that at premium.rebelnews.com.